In 1587, over 100 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island. Families, children, ready to build a new life. But when help returned 3 years later, asked her if they were gone. All of them, without a trace. No graves, no signs of struggle. Just one word carved into a tree. Croton. What really happened to the vanished colonists? The Roanoke mystery remains one of America's oldest unsolved cases. And after 400 years, we still don't have the answers. In 1587, 115 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island. They came with dreams of starting a new life in a new world. Among them were men, women, and even children. They were here to establish the first English civilian colony in America. Leading them was Governor John White, an experienced navigator and artist. The goal, to build a permanent settlement under the English crown. In the beginning, things looked promising. They started building homes and preparing the land for crops, but food supplies were limited and survival quickly became difficult. Tensions soon grew with local tribes over land and resources. The colony lacked the support it desperately needed. Governor White made the hard decision to return to England for help. He promised to return quickly with food and reinforcements. But a war in Europe would delay his journey for years. Back on Roanoke, the settlers were left to face the unknown. This was the beginning of what would become the lost colony of Roanoke, a chapter that would soon become America's oldest unsolved mystery. What happened next turned them into the most famous vanished colonists in history. But the real disappearance was yet to unfold. Why did they vanish? Who or what took them away? In part 2, we follow the silence they left behind. Governor John White sailed back to England in late 1587. His mission was to get more supplies and support for Roanoke. He expected to return within a few months. But a naval war with Spain broke out soon after he arrived. England's ships were taken for military use, including White's. No one was allowed to sail back to America. White waited for permission to return for nearly 3 years. All the while, he feared for his people at Roanoke. He finally sailed back in 1590 when he reached Roanoke Island. He saw no welcoming party. The beach was empty, the huts silent, the fields overgrown. He felt a deep dread as he stepped ashore. There were no graves, no signs of battle or escape. The entire colony had simply disappeared. Only one strange clue was found. Carved into a wooden post was a single word. Croton.it was the name of a nearby island and a native tribe. But there was no sign of life in any direction. White wanted to search nearby islands, but bad weather hit. His crew refused to go further and, forced to return, he left, heartbroken, without ever finding the vanished colonists. The only trace left at the Roanoke site was a single word that "it" was carved into a wooden post. Croton, and distress signs, no coded messages, just that. White had told the colonists to leave a sign if they relocated. If there was danger, they were to mark a cross. But no cross was found, just that single name. The word matched a nearby island inhabited by the Croton tribe. White believed the settlers might have moved there, but harsh storms stopped any search attempt, and no one ever returned to look. Again, the mystery stayed frozen in time. Generations passed, and the site was left untouched. Some theorize the settlers were absorbed by the Croton tribe. Others suggest they died from hunger, disease, or conflict. But no evidence ever confirmed any theory. The lost colony of Roanoke became America's oldest unsolved case. The carved word Croton is all we truly have at a single name echoing through 400 years of silence. How could an entire group vanish so completely? What does Croton really mean in this context? In Part 4, we uncover the most serious theories. Years passed, but no real trace of the Roanoke settlers was ever found. Archaeologists, historians, and explorers searched for generations. They followed every possible trail, but found only silence. Some artifacts have been discovered near Native American villages. Tools, weapons, even possible English-style jewelry appeared, but none directly confirmed they belonged to the vanished colonists. The Roanoke mystery became a national obsession. Books, documentaries, even TV shows try to solve it. But the core question remained unanswered. Where did they go? One theory suggests they merged with the Croton tribe peacefully. Another claims they were wiped out by another tribe or disease. Yet another links it to Spanish raids on early English colonies. But all theories share one thing: no final proof. DNA studies and oral traditions offer hints, not confirmation. The trail always fades before it becomes solid. Some even claim supernatural explanations or alien theories, but serious historians dismiss them as speculation, not science. Real evidence has always been the missing piece. For over 400 years, the story remained incomplete. The lost colony of Roanoke stayed lost, and the vanished colonists became history's coldest cold case. Many believe the settlers joined the Croton tribe to survive. Friendly ties and shared survival needs may have led to integration, but no direct records confirm this peaceful merging. Others think hunger, disease, or drought wiped them out. Roanoke Island had limited resources, and crops had failed in extreme conditions. Entire communities can vanish silently. A third theory points to attack by hostile tribes. Some native groups opposed English expansion from start, but again, there were no remains or battle signs. DNA research suggests possible mixing with native families, but science hasn't delivered a clear match yet. The evidence is too thin to be conclusive. Some link it to Spanish attacks from Florida regions. Spain was at war with England at the time, but Spanish records never mention a Roanoke attack. After centuries, none of these theories fully solve the mystery that there's no single answer that ends all doubt, and maybe there never will be. The lost colony of Roanoke remains one of history's deepest puzzles. No bodies, no graves, just vanished colonists and a carved word. The Roanoke mystery lives on, unsolved and unforgettable.